So, Miss Goss-Graves, I want to play a game. It's called Trump or Trans. You ready?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me whether or not it is Trump or trans people that are responsible. You understand?
Got it.
Okay, very good. The first one, gutted medical research.
Trump.
Kidnapping Americans and sending them to foreign countries, a.k.a. deporting them.
Trump.
Driving us into a recession.
Trump.
Increasing the cost of everything.
Trump.
Waging an idiotic tariff war.
Trump.
Harming farmers.
Trump.
Ignoring the Constitution.
Trump.
Proposing to take away Social Security.
Trump.
Cutting health care.
Trump.
Firing government workers who keep our country safe.
Trump.
Encouraging an environment of hate and divisiveness.
Trump.
Thank you so much. This committee could be engaged in actual oversight of fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement. So let's talk about waste. Like Trump's plan to spend almost $100 million for his little birthday parade. Or how he spent 25% of his first 100 days golfing, costing taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. In fact, it's a little bit over 30 million at our last estimation. In fact, President Trump is on pace to spend more than $1 billion of taxpayer dollars just on golfing. Yet the Republicans have been silent. So they must think spending taxpayer dollars on the president's golfing trips is more important than providing health care to their constituents. And when I talk about constituents, we're going to talk about the ones on this committee.
Absolutely brilliant political messaging coming from Representative Jasmine Crockett during yesterday's DOGE subcommittee. Now, moments after this clip took place, the entire subcommittee broke out into chaos and had to be suspended for 20 minutes because of one person. That one person is Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was called out to her face for very likely, allegedly, insider trading off the back of Trump's Tariff Liberation Day plan, which he then reversed. So I want to break down some of these clips, but really quickly, just to talk about Jasmine Crockett's political messaging, Representative Crockett really turns it into a game, which is why this clip went so viral. When you can gamify the moment, turn it into a yes or no game, that increases the virality of it. And Representative Crockett really understands that. She understands the attention economy, and that if you want someone's attention for 60 seconds nowadays, you might have to gamify it a little bit, turn it into a game. Secondly, I like how after she ushers in the viral moment, which is the game right here, yes or no, right after she ushers that in, she wastes no time. Within 10 seconds, they have a massive board right behind Representative Crockett showing that Trump is the one who is wasting money. Now, this is all taking place on the DOGE subcommittee. So just to bring it back, in the course of 90 seconds, Representative Crockett was able to play a game that captures people's attention. And then she was also able to prove a broader point about waste, fraud, and abuse within the Trump administration. You guys see the brilliant political messaging here, right? But this is where it gets wild. We haven't even started with the wildness of this committee. This reads, DOGE committee goes off the rail after Democrats suggest Marjorie Taylor Greene engaged in insider trading. By the way, guys, I've spent the past 4 days in Washington, D.C., speaking on a bunch of panels, talking about the future of independent media, and I haven't been able to post as much on YouTube, but the trade-off was great. I was able to make a bunch of new connections that we will build, and I will bring on the show over the next year. All that I ask is that you drop a like, drop some blue hearts to help boost my videos. Sometimes when I take a few days off, it takes a few days to get my videos rolling again, so make sure you drop a like and watch till the end to help. But to continue, in a hearing on Wednesday, Democrats suggested Marjorie Taylor Greene had engaged in insider trading. It then caused the hearing to be suspended for 20 minutes, and Greene's trades during the April tariff dip have drawn scrutiny from Democrats. Democrats suggested at a House hearing on Wednesday that Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene had engaged in insider trading. Let's just start with this clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene getting kind of belligerent early on about her time restrictions.
Now, let's go a little bit further with this.
Madam Chairwoman, your time has expired.
You're not recognized, Ms. Crockett. Mr. Liefeld, you wrote a blog post where you said that one day your daughter
Madam
might
Chair, on a point of order.
This is my time, and I'm the chair of the
No,
committee.
that was your time. Your time is over, and now we're asking, are we?
The chair has discretion to assign
I've
time,
lost
and you know
time.
it, sir.
I have lost time.
As long as we have that understanding, that's fine.
I've lost time.
I yield 2.5 minutes to the chair, lady.
I've seen kindergarten classrooms that are more organized than this, but she's gaslighting. She goes over her time limit and then she's like, stop the count. It's like a Trump-esque gaslighting where she continues to talk and talk and talk. But to continue, as Democrats on the panel continue to criticize Greene, here's where Representative Crockett jumps in with the first jab.
Let's look at fraud. We could investigate whether the White House and the members of this subcommittee engaged in insider trading and market manipulation. Maybe it's a coincidence that the chairwoman brought hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stock the day before Trump announced a 90-day pause on tariffs.
Boom, more political messaging in the form of a big sign in a viral clip. It's solid. Now, the Democrats have been doing stuff like this for years, but I really like Representative Crockett's idea of gamifying it, turning it into a game. Here's where the committee continues to go.
Point of
Ms.
order.
McLean
I
from
just have a
Michigan.
point of order.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let me tell you,
Madam Chair, I
Yeah.
had a
What's
point
your
of order. Could we just have the timekeeper, log the time between both the Democrats and Republicans, and then we rebalance them so that we each have equal time? That's pretty basic.
We will consider that. Thank you.
No,
But
no, no,
stop.
no.
We'll consider the rules.
You took a minute of my time.
That's not a suggestion. Those are the rules.
Enough.
We'll consider the rules, said Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No.
No, you're wasting your
Hey,
time.
look,
That's
either,
not.
either we go
We
by
are
the rules
keeping
or
equal
we're
time.
out of here.
We're keeping equal time.
The door's
okay.
open.
Miss
All right.
McLean from Michigan is now recognized.
thank you, Madam Chair. Let me tell you
What an insane mess. And here is where Representative Greg Casar doubles down on the insider trading.
We're here because Chairwoman Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks that if she picks on vulnerable people, like trans folks, she can avoid having a discussion about the allegations of insider trading against her. She thinks that she can distract from the fact that Trump and MAGA Republicans are raising your costs every single day, suppressing your wages every single day, stealing your taxpayer dollars every single day, and threatening your health care. That's the reason we're at this crazy hearing today.
All right, we're starting to see a Democratic Party that's a little bit better at messaging. I mean, not perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect, but the messaging over the past few days, past few weeks has been getting slowly better. Of course, still disillusioned with how the party's been operating over the past few months to years, but taking a huge loss is often a good chance to pick up the pieces and rebuild, and it seems like the party's at least doing a decent job of doing that. Here's one more clip.
Out of curiosity, is the chairwoman allowed to editorialize before every speaker on the Democratic side speaks, or is that part of her time, which we know that she went over?
It's not a point of order. You're taking Ms. Stansberry's time. I know you're trying to be chair of oversight, but Ms. Stansberry is the ranking member.
Chair would be better on this side. I do agree with that.
It's Ms. Stansberry's time.
I love Representative Jasmine Crockett. This article continues, let's look at fraud, Crockett said. We can investigate whether the White House and members of this subcommittee engaged in insider trading and market manipulation. Again, she said maybe it's a coincidence that the chairwoman bought hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stock the day before Trump announced a 90-day pause on tariffs. Republican Nancy Mace of South Carolina then asked to take Crockett's words down, saying the Texas congresswoman was, quote, alleging a criminal act. That led to the committee suspending its business to review Crockett's remarks. Eventually, Greene called the meeting back to order. We have Marjorie Taylor Greene as the chair of the DOGE subcommittee, and if that is not the sign of a failing nation, I don't know what is. I don't care about declining GDP growth or unemployment or declining birth rates. I care about if Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the chair of the DOGE subcommittee. That is a bad indicator, and I'll leave it at that. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. I love all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.